Steve Bannon tells Jeffrey Epstein he controls Larry Kudlow and John Bolton, which, by the way, Trump just had an interview with Larry Kudlow tonight. That's interesting. Bloated booze, addled, toothless hobo thinks he's a puppet master. So this is from Roger Stone, but not from Roger Stone. It's actually from the Epstein files. Steve Bannon, I liked your F Wall Street statement. This is Epstein. I don't know you were doing, but it seems he's following your lead. 1,000% replies Steve Bannon. I have Kudlow and Bolton in there. Crazy. Nice to finally have good soldiers for you. Old soldiers looking for a gig. Yes, but it's funny. It's obviously now of a boss. Good for you. Steve Bannon basically bragging that he's in control of some of the bad eggs in the first Trump administration. This is wild stuff. You can't make this up. This makes Bannon look so awful. It's crazy how bad this all makes him look. It's just the truth. Again, Bannon, we need answers, because if this is all true, we can't trust anybody in your circle. And that means Posobiec, Rich Barris. I mean, you go down the list. I already know Robert Barnes is a total hack. So, it's like these people, I mean, Bannon would be the big one. So what have we seen already in the last year? We've already seen Candace Owens outed as a fraud. We've seen so many other a little smaller influencers. Candace was the big one. She's total fraud. Charlie Kirk gets killed. He's the only one that's actually close to the administration trusts. They kill Charlie. Conservative Inc. is falling quick. I mean, at this point, the only ones big that are truly still standing, and I don't know if we're going to see them fall because they're independent enough out of the big guys. It's like Crowder, Megyn Kelly, Glenn Beck, Tim Pool. I think, and Tim Pool wouldn't even call himself conservative. Maybe Michael Knowles. But Shapiro has been proven to be a hack, Ben Shapiro. But Bannon's going to be a big one. That one's going to hurt because all those other ones have kind of been independent, kind of conservative-ish, but in MAGA adjacent. But Bannon's supposed to be MAGA. He's supposed to be Mr. America First. You go to Steve Bannon to hear all these guys talk about the MAGA agenda. We are America First. We're not the Groypers. We're not the fake America First Nick Fuentes types. Those guys are total jokes. Okay, Nick Fuentes, Fed, grifter, disgusting. Ian Carroll, grifter. Like all these people have said we're America First. And they won't say MAGA, right? They say we're America First. We're the real America Firsters. All of them proven to be frauds. It's so obvious at this point that if you're still following these people, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. They've all been proven so fraudulent. But Bannon, this one will hurt. It will. And again, I haven't been following Bannon for a long time. I'll play his clips here and there. It's not like everything he puts out is bad. I would say most of what he does put out is good. I don't watch him though. I just don't really like the show, and I don't like a lot of the stuff I was hearing out of it analysis wise. But I never was fully like Bannon's terrible. It was always kind of like, well, I don't love him, but this, he could be the worst one. This is why we need to know, because Bannon might be. He could either be, at this point, there is only two answers, okay? He either is the worst one, flew too close to the sun, has actually been trying to puppet string against Trump this whole time, from behind the scenes, playing the MAGA crowd, subtly choosing how to make us not trust Trump while also acting like he's his best friend. This is like masterful stuff. But the Epstein stuff is starting to show that either he was operating as like some kind of informant, just trying to cozy up to Epstein, maybe lie to him, do all this stuff, be a buddy, try to get stuff. Maybe he's either an informant at this point who flew really close to the sun, or he's the worst one. And with what we're seeing right now, guys, there is no in between. There is no in between. Because how else do you explain these texts? I just don't know what else to say. I mean, how else do you explain these things? If somebody else has a great idea, please let me know, because I don't know how else to explain what's in these texts. I really don't. FBI report in the files. Blank, redacted, expressed concern that Jeffrey Epstein was Israeli spy. He and Bannon may have had a business relationship, and Epstein paid Bannon with money from the Israelis. It doesn't stop. Blank referenced a news story about Israel and Stingray equipment from around the White House. Bannon may have utilized the technology to get information out of the White House. Now, this is an anonymous tip. Well, it's anonymous to us because it's redacted. But there's a tip to the FBI. We don't have proof. This is an allegation, so I'm not saying this is proof of anything. But by what we've seen so far, guys, this sure looks like it could be true, doesn't it? Bannon may have utilized the technology to get information out of the White House. How crazy is that? He said Bannon was close to Epstein, and that troubled Blank as a father of a young girl. So somebody with a young girl knew that Bannon was tight with Epstein, and it pissed him off or scared him. He said Bannon met Epstein at his New York home, and Johnson referred agents to a New York Post article from 2018. We obviously don't know who Johnson is, but wild. Bannon getting Israeli money? Oh my God. This is so crazy. And what has Rich Barris been out there saying in all this, his freaking out over Trump lately? Oh, it's just doing everything for Israel, man. The aides giving Trump bad advice, man. They're just all shilling for Israel this whole time. Hey, bro, you should talk to your boss. You should talk to the guy who platformed you and made you a big deal. Yeah, Albano himself. You should talk to him about this Israeli money. Is it possible that they're all trying to stop Trump's people from trusting that his decisions? Who would have more reason to be mad at Trump's aides than Bannon? Would anybody else? Because Bannon was his aide and was kicked out. So wouldn't it make sense that he would know how to hurt Trump by going after his aides? Yeah, I would. Are they just running a psyop to take down Trump? Because it sure seems like Bannon's the one tied to the Israelis, not Trump. Again, crazy stuff. Bannon and Epstein plotting to buy a media outlet in 2018. Why? They were eyeing the New York Sun or Breitbart for power, credibility, New York City base. Epstein saying my books is the way to peace, peace through strength, believe in peace through vanquishment. Doesn't that sound like a neocon? Vanquish them. No wonder they love John Bolton. Exactly, says Steve Bannon. I thought you weren't a neocon. I thought you hate the neocons, Stevie. Talk to your boy Burke. I think you should have press or media credentials as soon as possible, or we can buy Breitbart. Well, that's interesting because he ran Breitbart for a while. Of course, only after your blood test. Bannon says, I'm buying the New York Sun. This is so crazy. But I prefer a non-U.S. base if possible, especially New York. New York City brand drives the world, says Bannon. Next one. Call it whatever but you like, but documents should not be in New York. You mean incorporation or where investigative reporting is done? Subject best on the phone or in person. Take structural seriously. So this is Epstein saying, I don't want to be there. I don't want to have any records in the U.S. Bannon just kind of shut down here. But they really wanted these press credentials, but overseas. Interesting. Kind of like an argument between the two. Here's some pictures. We all love pictures, right? Noam Chomsky hanging out with Bannon. Are you kidding me? Woody Allen, Bannon, Epstein's butler, and Epstein. Look at this. all having dinner together. Just look like the best of friends. And this one, weirds me out. This is Steve Bannon and Noam Chomsky looking like they are best friends. I thought Bannon, dude, aren't you supposed to be like the most anti-communist guy ever? Chomsky is as left as it gets. He's one of the main reasons we have the modern left today. Chomsky's writing radicalized a lot of these people. He is one of their main influencers of the past 100 years. And you're palling up with him with your arm around him? Now, I get it. You can meet people in person. You can be friendly with somebody that you vehemently disagree with. Fine. Again, maybe this is the narrative. He's playing the game. But it sure looks terrible. It looks so terrible. And Woody Allen, I mean, I don't know who this guy is, but there's Chomsky and I believe that's Chomsky and Epstein. But you got Woody Allen right here. Woody Allen, known pedophile, married his adopted daughter. How sick are these people? RT.com, redacted from another Epstein file. Now you can understand why Trump wakes up in the middle of the night sweating when he hears you and I are friends. Already covered that one. Here's Bannon texting Epstein. Bannon takes credit for blowing up Trump's trade deal negotiations with China. I blew up the deal. Dead effing on the target. And here's the dates to Trump's tweets right here. For 10 months, China's been paying tariffs to the USA. The trade deal with China continues, but too slowly as they attempt to renegotiate. Trump writes. Bannon writes, you see Trump's tweet? I blew up the deal. Oh my God. This is crazy. You know, when I first saw the first couple Bannon texts with Epstein, I was like, okay. Weird, but he was trying to get an interview with the guy, and maybe he's just, Bannon is a kind of a, listen, I mean, look at the guy. He's slovenly. He's a brilliant guy. I mean, Steve Bannon is brilliant. He's got a mind like few others. Brilliant guy, but slovenly, kind of gross, doesn't take care of himself as he should. He's definitely the kind of guy you could tell is like willing to do dirty work. He just, I don't know, Steve Bannon, like principled maybe when it comes to American values as he claims, but again, because I'm not making allegations here, but is he principled as far as like he won't do something if he thinks it's for the good of, so I don't know. So again, is Bannon, I can't tell you which way Bannon is. Super spy, agent provocateur, informant, getting close, maybe. Secret agent. I mean, that's what it would have to be when you see this stuff, isn't it? If it's going to be good. Otherwise, he's a total POS liar who's been betraying MAGA this entire time.